As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Oh, hey, we back, y'all. Can you hear me?
We back. We back.
Wise man, what you doing over there, bro?
Hey man, I'm just trying to get the word out, baby. I'm very happy to be here.
There we go. That's what I was waiting on. That's what I was waiting on. Dynasty Sports Network in a bit. Big Willie Styles, DC1, Wise Man, Kaz. Listen, we've been on a couple weeks hiatus. We was having a little bit of fun. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. How you fellas feeling today, man?
Hey man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed, man. Like I said, I'm very happy to be here. We have a very special guest that we're going to introduce here in a moment. And what up, though, man? It's good to see everybody, man. I'm happy to be back.
Yes, sir. DC, what about you, man?
Man, I'm just glad we back, man. You know, like I said, a couple weeks hiatus, man. You know, we got a special guest going to be coming to the show, man, for a little bit. Let's get the show cracking, man.
Hey, listen, with that being said, we are definitely going to invite our guest on. Most of the guys... everyone should know around the city, state, and nationally who this guy is. You know, he started doing a lot of local things throughout Michigan, sports-wise. He's been on ESPN First Take, FS1. He currently has his show, Odd Couple with Chris Bouchard. None other than Detroit sports legend, Rob Parker. What's going on?
Wow.
How you feeling this evening?
I guess I'll take it, man. I appreciate that. And, you know, I spent 20 years in Detroit, and it's my second home, and always appreciative of all the things that have happened for me. And as you know, I still own a barbershop on West 7 Mile Road between Outer Joy and Myers, Sporty Cuts.
Yeah.
Still a part of the community, still have my house in Southfield. So I'm still a part of the community, even though I live in LA.
Yes, sir. We definitely appreciate you for coming.
And
on.
I know I say this too. I actually met Rob Parker years ago, and I used to work at the airport. And I actually met him. He was a great guy. You know, good. You know, they had good sports conversation with. He's man with the people's man. So it's good to see you, Rob Parker, man.
I appreciate that always, man. It's always about the people, the community. I've always been anybody who knows me, and that's why I think I wound up having a barbershop, because I think that's how you get to connect with the community and know the people. And like I said, a barbershop has been open for 23 years. We just started our 23rd year, man. It's a blessing.
That's a blessing. And that's where I met Mr. Parker at. So shout out, man. Thanks for coming in.
It wasn't like a meeting. It was kind of like a Bogart. He was getting his hair cut, and he didn't let him out the chair until he was able to say, you got to come on the show. Which I appreciate my boy Wise Man for going ahead and not letting him out and telling him to come on and rock with us, man. We appreciate it. You know, we recently just started going. Shout out to Sporty Cuts, because our barber T Mary, he just got there not too long ago, and that's how we was able to get this interaction. But if you go into the shop, just like any other shops, that's where most of this talks come in at, sports wise and everything wise. It's shop talking. That's basically what we do here, and that's what we want to get into now. So, Rob, I just want to get your take on what's going on. Of course, you know, you can see we Lions fans, and I know you've been covering it for over 20 years, and they finally starting to do some things right when you decide to part ways. But nationally wise, they're getting a lot of recognition around the league. So I just want to get your perspective, as far as I want you to give us a take on who do you feel, as far as the NFC goes, can challenge the Lions for that Super Bowl run?
Well, I mean, here's the big thing. The Lions is no middle ground. It's the Super Bowl or bust, plain and simple. Anything less, and anybody who tells you it's okay will be lying. because the Lions should have made the Super Bowl last year. Dan Campbell cost them. I don't care what anybody says. It's winning time, plays that field goals that could have been taken. And then at the end of that game, the Lions could have kicked the game-winning field goal to go to the Super Bowl rather than, not being able to make it. They destroyed San Francisco in the first half. And you guys all know, you all had online, on the phone, buying your airline tickets, thinking you were going to the Super Bowl. Am I right? At halftime?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Also, my guys was like, hey, it's our time, baby. We here. And
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying this year it's all about that. I know they're 10-1. The funny thing is Minnesota's 9-2, so they haven't gone away. Like they haven't won the division. It ain't done yet, despite being 10-1. And the Eagles are the team to me that have looked like they've turned the corner and come back to that team that made it to the Super Bowl and just lost to the Chiefs a couple years ago. They got a lot of good things going on as far as defense. Jalen Hurts is playing better. They got weapons. They got a lot of stuff. The NFC, Green Bay, up and down. Dallas down. There's a lot of teams. San Francisco down. They got beat again. No Brock Purdy, no Bosa. They got injuries, so they might not be in the way in the NFC. It looks like the Lions have a great shot. And I think Philadelphia right now would be the biggest challenge. And the AFC is different because there's about 5 teams that are really, really good. I like Baltimore a lot. They've had up and down, but they've beaten some good teams. I like Lamar Jackson. So right now, if you ask me, I'm saying it's the Eagles that are probably in the way, but the Lions need to win the division. That's big.
You're right, because I believe Green Bay just about beat San Francisco, which is a shocker to a lot of people too, because in the start of the season, everyone had San Francisco as their pick to repeat, and looking like they might not even make the playoffs.
Right.
Here's the
there's
thing,
so many injuries. Right.
I was going to say that too. It's a lot of injuries, and then you got to think about it. They've been in the thick of things for the last 3 to 4 seasons. So you're talking about 3 to 4 seasons where they're making a deep playoff run, and then it's hard to keep that up season after season after season.
And their window might have closed. They went to 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
And I'm not a big fan of their coach when it comes to closing out Super Bowls. I mean, he's blown 2 10-point leads in the fourth quarter of Super Bowls. And don't forget, he was the offensive coordinator, Kyle Shanahan, when the Falcons had that epic choke against the Patriots. Remember that? I mean, he was the offensive coordinator. Instead of running the football, running the clock, he was throwing the ball, gave Tom Brady left time on the clock, and they wound up choking down one of the biggest Super Bowls ever. So his record in those big games are not good. That's why I thought the Lions would have him. I'm shocked that he came back in that game to win and beat the Lions.
Yeah, and like I said, we just, like I said, I know we lived and died by the 4th down rule, the whole season. But like I say, at times you just got to play football, man. You can't do certain things like that. So it costs us. It costs us.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's why I don't buy with live and die all throughout the season. Here's why. Because he didn't. In the before the half, he had a chance to go for the jugular. He was at the 2 or 3 yard line and could have gone for a touchdown. What did he do? He took the field goal because he didn't want to come away with no points, right? Mm-hmm. And then give them momentum going in. So he did change his philosophy right there, looking at that situation. So that's why, and I thought at that time, Dan Campbell got it. He understands. Yeah. I need those 3. I don't want to get stopped at the goal line and then have San Francisco get the ball for the second half, and you know what I mean?
Right.
And energize them. So there's a time and a place, but you can't be Dan Gamble all the time. You got to sometimes got to make sure you secure those points. Look at the Chiefs and how they've been winning. Not on Patrick Mahomes throwing touchdowns, on field goals.
Right.
On field goals.
And defense.
Mahomes is having a terrible season.
Yes, he is.
Statistically, yes, he is, and they're still atop. So that's scary.
They're 10-1, right?
Yeah,
that's very scary.
They struggled today against the Panthers. The Panthers had them. The
Panthers scored
27 points on their defense.
Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about that, like that's crazy. Like how they just get these dog fights and they barely scraping by. But again,
exactly.
I think again, that's all going into the season, deep. All these playoff runs, all this, it's starting to catch up with you. Like Father Time is undefeated, Jack. You only can play for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
And right now, it looks like the Detroit Lions, based off of their roster right now, probably have a good standard of what things is going to come for the next several years, as opposed to if you look at other organizations around the NFC. A lot of them is going to go through a start of a rebuild. I know specifically in our division, we got some.
Well, I think the Bears and the Green Bay Packers are getting better. Minnesota's good, so I don't think the Lions are light year ahead. And the other thing too, I mean, they have a talented roster and they've made strides, but I don't think they're going to run away with anything. They're not even running away with. They're 10-1, and they haven't locked up the division. I mean, Minnesota can still steal a division.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between having a bye, or you know what I mean, or not, or playing on the road for a playoff game compared to playing at home. It's a huge difference.
Yeah. So Rob Parker, I want to ask you, who you think is who in your mind is the league MVP right now? Who you
Lamar
think
Jackson. Lamar Jackson.
Give it to Lamar Jackson.
When you look at his numbers compared to where they were last year, he has something like 25 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Crazy numbers. And here's another one. In 2 games against the Bengals, right? Joe Burrow has 9 touchdowns and has 2 L's. He has 9 touchdowns and 2 L's. Because Lamar destroyed their defense in both games. You know what I mean? On the other side. Yeah. I think that's scary. And you saw against Pittsburgh, even though it was a divisional loss, they stopped Pittsburgh the defense stopped them from scoring a touchdown, And I think if their defense can get it together and play halfway decent, I still like the Ravens. I think that anybody who thinks that Lamar is not going to win a Super Bowl is crazy. It's going to happen. He's that talented.
As long as it's not against us, I'm down with it. So I want to ask this though. I mean, but does I know he has the crazy numbers, which he usually has, but does wins and losses play a factor into this MVP race? Not. It just depends on how you look at it. I'll just give you a perfect example. I know people want, Jared Goff should be the MVP. How many touchdowns did Jared Goff have today?
0.
How many picks did he have against the Texans?
5. But he
nobody
came back with that 4 touchdown performance, but I get it's consistency, right?
Nobody's going to win an MVP like that. And then there are other games where he's had 3 touchdowns and 83 total yards, right? I'm just saying the numbers aren't there to support it. And then people could look at the other aspects of the Lions and the other things. And then if you want to look at wins, you could say, well, the Lions have only played 2 teams with winning records. All the other teams are bad teams.
Yeah.
Okay,
now, would you?
This too, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, D.
Now, would you add Josh Allen in that conversation?
Sure. Josh Allen's in that conversation. I'm just saying, if you go look at what Lamar was able to do last year, his numbers are 10 times better than they were. He won last year. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen isn't. Again, in a game against Lamar, when Josh Allen played the Ravens, they got boat raced. If you go back to that game. And it just depends on how it figures out and where Buffalo is. If they don't have any bad losses. There was a loss where Buffalo had earlier this year. I can't remember who they lost to. It wasn't a good team. And Josh Allen had a terrible game. I mean, so there's a thing of consistency. And a couple years back, Tom Brady had better statistical numbers than Aaron Rodgers. And you know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers had a great year, but Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. He had big wins against big opponents. You know what I mean? And then they look at the numbers. And the MVP is not just simply who led the team with the most wins. Because if you really are honest at looking at Jared Goff's numbers, he's probably 4th or 5th in the list.
Yeah, so let me ask you this too, Rob. I know we spoke briefly about the NFC. Who do you have coming out the AFC? Because like you say, there's some heavy hitters over there, and it's really anybody's game right now.
I like the Ravens. I just do because of Lamar. I'm down on the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes has had a bad year. They've been lucky more so than good. It should be about 6-5 or whatever. And again, some of the losses are just, some of the wins are incredible. Teams getting their field goals blocked. You know, the Ravens in week 1 throw a game-tying touchdown. The guy's foot is on the line. You know what I mean? Like that's how you get into those streaks and things go your way. And I'm not knocking them. It's a part of the game. But Patrick Mahomes came into today 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
That's crazy. But still 10-1. So how crazy is that? So now we're looking at it from a team aspect, right? So now it's like, all right, I'm having a terrible year, but now I got all these guys to help pick me up type vibe, you know? But I don't know.
That was good until they gave up 27 points and a game-time touchdown to the Panthers today. Because now you're wondering, is the defense going to hold up or are they going to collapse?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the scary part.
And the defense of the Chiefs, you know, they gave up 30 points last week to the Buffalo Bills and got their first loss. Because the Chiefs has not gave up over 20 points in a very long time prior to the Bills.
And now there's 30. Week. There you go. 30 last week, 27 this week to a poor Panthers team. So if you're looking at them, you're like, defensively, that's not good. And you remember last year's AFC Championship game. The Ravens didn't get run out of the building. They lost by 7 points. Zay Flowers fumbled at the 1-yard line. And don't forget, the Chiefs got shut out in the second half of that AFC Championship game.
They did.
Real, what's going on? Glad you for us. Glad.
My man was having
some
difficulty, so we got him together.
finally made it through. So
what's up, family?
What's happening?
What's up, Rob Parker, man? It's an honor to meet you, boss.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate that.
Go ahead. Don't let me interrupt. Go ahead.
So, Rob, we got to get your pick. Super Bowl. Who's your teams?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to form my mouth to say what I'm gonna say.
Just say it, because you know it's true. Just say it.
Come on with it.
I got the Ravens over the Eagles.
Oh, bird game. All right.
Oh, man.
There we go. Listen,
so you don't think the Eagles gonna have another meltdown like last year?
What do you mean?
You don't think the Ravens gonna have a meltdown like
right
every year?
Those are the teams I'm picking. Before the season started, I can't remember. I know I had the Ravens winning regardless. I did before the season started. And I don't think I had the 49ers. I'm still trying to remember who I picked. I wasn't sure. And the Lions have surprised me from the standpoint, after that disappointment last year, you know, like you could go the other way, you know, things don't work out. You lose one of your best defensive players, you know, in some situations, but the Lions have held tough. But let's see, can you do it the whole season and make it through? Whenever teams, you know, fail in that spot, I'm not so sure that it's automatically you punch your ticket the next year. We'll see. They got as good shot as anybody, but I'm not that confident.
I'm going to go on record right now and say the Eagles are going to lose tonight to the Rams. Watch and see.
Hey,
Stafford got all his guys tonight, man. So
I second that one. I second that.
Speaking of losing, I want to piggyback off of that prediction. So Lamar recently they lost again to the Steelers about 2 weeks ago. You know, religiously every season they lose to Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. What gives you the confidence that he's going to finally get over the hump?
I just think last year, if you watched that game, they didn't play their game. They lost by 7 points. They didn't run the football like they had all year. They only gave running backs had 5 carries in that game. Like that's
crazy,
unheard of. They also have Henry, which has definitely made you got to pick your poison in the backfield. So I think that he's another key that they went out and they're going to get it right and do what they're supposed to and not change the game plan. And I don't think the Chiefs are nearly as good. I think the Chiefs should be 6-5, not 10-1. They've been really lucky this year to me.
Indeed. So before we let you go, I know
what they doing? They booing me? What they doing?
Yeah, they didn't like the pick. Shout out to Owen 16.
Go ahead, Owen. That's all right, Owen. hey, Owen, were you booing me for the last 25 years when I worked in Detroit? I try to tell y'all or no? No, you didn't put me there, did you? That's the thing that kills me about fans, and I'm not knocking you guys. You should love the Lions. Finally, you can wear Lions gear. You don't have to go to a discount rack to buy your Lions hat. You can go into the store and buy. I'm not mad at you. I'm not. But it kills me all those years when I was writing columns for the Free Press and the news and radio shows and doing Sports Final Edition. Everybody kept telling me, Rob, next year. Rob, you don't know what you talk about. You just a hater. Oh, next year. That went on for 20 years, okay? And now that they're better and good, I said to myself, all I needed them to do last year was win a playoff game. They did that. They got all the way to the NFC Championship game. And then I thought they were going to the Super Bowl when I watched the first half. I was really impressed, and then it didn't happen. The Eagles, after they went to the Super Bowl, the next year they started off 10-1, just like the Lions did. Did they make the Super Bowl? They didn't make the Super Bowl. It ain't that easy.
Now, Rob, I'm gonna ask you a little question right quick. This is a baseball question. I know you're a baseball guy. So, what do you thought about the Detroit Tigers this past season? What do you think going forward? How they gonna do next season?
Well, they got to spend some money. They only got $20 million on the books as far as players. A lot of young players. They had an incredible run. They were left for dead in the summer, right? In July, They were awful. It was awful. But now you've got to capitalize on what you have. Like, to me, if I'm the Tigers and I got only $20 million on my payroll, I'm going to go to Juan Soto and offer him $60 million a year and try to get him to come. I'm dead serious. 60 would only give you a payroll of 80, and then you fill out with the team with the rest of the young players, maybe get one more pitcher. You know what I mean? And give yourself. Juan Soto's 26 years old. He's going to be good for the next 10 years. I would go his 10-year contract, $60 million a year, $600 million. If you're ever going to do that and you're the Tigers, this is the time. You got the money. You don't have any big contracts on there. Give a young guy. You saw him while he played in New York for the Yankees with all that pressure.
Definitely.
That's what I would do.
Hey, listen, that's a good. Listen, I hope the Tigers organization is listening to you right now for sure. But before we let you go, I know you got to get ready to go. I need to get your opinion on the whole Bryce Underwood situation and him flipping his commitment to Michigan. I want to get your take on what do you feel how that situation transpired and how it's going to affect the NCAA going forward as far as Michigan being I would say a big spender now with this NIL situation going on.
I don't have any problem with it. For years, the players were getting robbed by the colleges and the NCAA, and I'm not. All those coaches that want to bow out now, Nick Saban and them, good riddance. You know, like those guys all made their millions off these kids' backs. And it's fine. The NCAA could have put a handle on this by paying the kids themselves. But they didn't want to do that. They allowed the outsiders to pay. So once you do that, you've set yourself up for this, and that's why it's the Wild Wild West. But I don't blame the kids at all. If you can get paid, ain't no guarantee you going to the pros. Ain't no guarantee you're gonna be good in the pros and have a long career. If somebody wants to pay you in college to play football for them, I have no issue because these coaches have been doing it, and the NCAA signing $6 billion TV deals and telling the kids they can't get any money.
Give them $1,200 stipends. What you gonna do with that?
Exactly.
That's gas money in some states.
Is exactly.
You can't even get a couple of drinks and hot wings at Starters with that.
No.
You know?
All right. The cost of living is going up, baby.
It is.
So we definitely appreciate you for rocking with us, Rob Parker. So if you could let the people know what you got going on tonight and future endeavors. Go ahead.
And then we could, and we'll do it again. You know what I mean? When we have more time, we'll do it again. Obviously Fox Sports Radio every night, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern. I have a new partner, Kelvin Washington. He's from Ann Arbor. So check out it's called The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio. And of course, I work for the MLB Network. I teach at USC. I teach sports journalism there. And also, of course, I have a website called MLBBro.com where we only cover black baseball players. So go check it out. MLBBRO, MLBBro.com. And tonight, I do a football show after Sunday Night Football on KNBC in LA. That's the NBC station, Channel 4 in LA, called The Challenge. I've been doing this for 2 years. Great show. If you can see KNBC in LA, or sometime you could do it on, see it on your TV. The show comes on right after Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, we know about Channel 4 back in your time when you was Sports Final Edition, close sworn personal friend.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
yes, that's right. My mole was telling me, and then I always would end it every time with Katrina or everybody who used to host Steve Garagiola and all that. I'd always say, NB, see you later.
There we go. And with that being said, we appreciate you, Rob, for rocking with us, man. You're welcome on the show at any and all times, man.
I appreciate you, and good luck to the Lions. And, if I'm wrong, I'll come back on. If I'm right, invite me back.
Come back. Yeah, exactly.
We locked in now, brother. We locked in.
Exactly. Exactly. And shout out to Sporty Cuts, too, man.
Sporty Cuts, West 7 Mile Road between
7 Mile out of drive.
The best barbershop. Go check out. You've been in there. Ain't no barbershop look better than ours. Nobody.
Beautiful. We go every weekend, man. Shout out to Sporty Cuts.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, Rob.
Oh, man. Listen, that was Rob Parker, everybody, man. We appreciate a guy that expertise and level of journalism coming to rock with us on the show today. But we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're actually gonna get into the Lions game today and that victory against the Colts, and there's a few other topics that we want to discuss. So let me go ahead and shoot this quick break, and then we go on the other side talk about the victorious Lions.
Wow, black-owned shoe stores. Culture. My culture, though. Let's see what they talking about in here. What's up, little dog? You good? Y'all got something here in public? I'm talking about exclusive. They got all the dunks. How many dunks they got? Something like these. Y'all got a little vibe in here. They buying shoes, selling shoes. It feels like the culture. They dunking on people. Oh, they on TikTok. They looking out for the kids. Oh, man, this is great, man. Oh, they got all the races working here. It just really feels like culture. You're looking for a black-owned shoe store to get some real drip at? Come up here to Culture Detroit, man. That's what the streets been missing. Welcome home, fam.
Welcome home, fam.
That's it.
Welcome home, fam.
Wow.
What's up, little dog?
Yeah, my music on. That is our official sponsor, Culture Detroit. Also, Culture Downtown, a new location where we didn't had several special guests come through the location. Real, I need you to go ahead and elaborate a little bit on that.
Little elaboration. So the fine folks over at Culture Detroit have expanded to downtown, okay, where you get the same vibes, the same culture, but with a little high-end feel. You know what I'm saying? It's like going from cognac to like the good stuff, the good champagne, the scotch. You know what I'm saying? So we downtown, man. We actually we're in the Albert building right downstairs from the Detroit Pistons and the Motor City Cruise, and it's celebrities and ball players all over the place. But recently we had a special guest come through, man.
My baby. Watch party on the 28th. Hold on, one more time. Go ahead. Hey, watch party on the 28th at Culture downtown on Griswold. Pull up. My baby. Yes, Sirski.
Yes,
that's
sir.
my baby right there, Mr. Nut Grabber himself, Waymo, J-Mo. Shout out my boy Waymo. He came through, man.
Waymo.
Got him some merch, got him some public housing. Shout out my boy Baby Tay. That's Baby Tay right there next to my partner Cash Jones. Of course, Waymo to the left of me. He came through. We blessed him. Baby Tay blessed him with some public housing, and we had to get him something special. You heard what he said. He mentioned the watch party that we have in this Thanksgiving from 11 to 5 at 1228 Griswold. We will be dropping our new merch. It'll be our first collab, our first drop of this year. We already got a bunch of Lions players in them. You got G-Mac Cash. You got a bunch of Pistons players. I got more people who photos and content I have not dropped yet. So I'm gonna wait for y'all to see that because I want y'all to be pleasant.
Now, I need them to see it exclusive. I know they seen the picture, but you got a live, viewing of what we got going on.
I don't, but if you was with us in Houston, that was the first time that the world saw him. I don't got none on me right now. I should have had.
I'll be right back. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, so while he gone, man, it's our first collab. The parade will be going on that day. Of course, the Lions will be shitting on the Chicago Bears that day. And we will be having a watch party on the 150-inch screen TV. We talking refreshments. We talking about, we're going to have that blue Kool-Aid. We're going to have open bar. We're going to have food. We're going to have games. We're going to have prizes, giveaways, cashes. We're going to have cornhole.
Oh, I'm still working on cornhole, but we should have cornhole.
We're going to have cornhole, Lions themed cornhole. We're going to be dropping the T-shirts in both colors, the vintage gray and the black, as well as the hoodie. After that day, if you don't pick them up that day, you must wait to get it on the website on the 29th. We also dropping hats, joggers, and what is that? Oh, see, you got the one screen up. Yeah. You might as well play the other video with J-Mo where they got the bus on. But yeah, Lions themed merch, man.
Yeah.
So pull up on us at the event. Like I said, refreshments, entertainment, influencers, camera crews, video crews, all type of stuff. Again, that is on the 28th. That's this Thursday, Thanksgiving, from 11 to 5. You got the parade early that morning. Then you got the game at 12:30, and we mashing the whole thing together, man. One pride, baby. Culture Detroit, Mexican Town Fleet, man. You know how it goes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely gonna be rocking the special gear and be rocking it downtown, man. So shout out to Culture Detroit once again, our official sponsor for Dynasty Sports Network. Now, let's get into this victory today. The Lions, of course, is victorious. They're 9th in a row against the Colts. Turned out to be a pretty tough game, to be honest with you. But this is the type of games that you have throughout the season. They came out victorious 24-6. So I'm gonna start with you, DC. Who stood out to you in this game, my brother?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this, man. The defense. Defense stood out. And the reason why I say the defense stood out again, because, well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to even take it back. I'm even taking it a little further. I'm going to say AG, Aaron Glenn.
Okay.
Aaron Glenn's been dialing up the defense, man. The guy's been playing hard. The Lions has not gave up a touchdown in the last 10 quarters, especially in the second half. They have not gave up a touch. They have not. The Lions have been playing defense. We have some guys have been hurt. The guys been stepping up, saying making plays. Even if teams driving down us, but they have not touched the end zone. They have not touched the end zone at all. And they making plays. They're getting sacks, getting interceptions. AG has been dialing up the defenses, man. You got to get a shout out to him, man. AG. It shows why he's the best defensive coordinator in football. I don't care what anybody say. He is the best defensive coordinator in football.
And you down to your corner. You down to your starters. You lost
exactly.
two starters in the game.
And we lost Carlton, and Carlton Davis went down today.
Yeah, still no points in the second half.
Still no points in the second half. AG is the guy that stood out to me.
Real, what's your standout?
All right, first of all, man, a lot of people was talking about how we was going to route the Colts. The Colts are not the Titans. They are not the Jags. They are not the Cowboys.
The motherfuckers.
They deserve a lot more credit. Their defense was stout. I feel like their game plan was a good game plan. Honestly, I told the guys when we was watching the games earlier, if you're looking for the blueprint on how to beat the Lions, they're giving you the blueprint simply because the first thing that I noticed was at the end of the first quarter, the score was what? 0-3. That's a hell of a lot better than being down 14. It's a hell of a lot better than being down 21, 28, whatever it is we ran up on the Titans in the first quarter. My point is, is that they were able to run the ball. They were able to play stop defense. They were able to show up on third down. I actually like the game plan that they had, but the Lions are just a much more superior team, man. We are them. He is him. It just is what it is. Now, as far as who stood out, come on, man. I like what bro said about AG, but more specifically, the interior of that defensive line was beasting, boy. Jonathan Taylor is
havoc.
Listen, Jonathan Taylor is a dog, okay? He's a real dog. He really like that. Not this afternoon, he wasn't. The boy was a JV running back. It just is what it is, because it don't matter, bro. It don't matter what's the name on the jersey, what's the number on the jersey. When you're running into that defensive front, you're nobody. You were somebody last week. You might be somebody next week, but this week against this front is nothing. So I want to shout out Big Aleem McNeil, and I want to shout out Big DJ Reader. They both stayed in the backfield. They both controlled the line of scrimmage. They were stout. They was aggressive. The dog had to rip Aleem's helmet off to stop him, and he still ain't stopping. Okay, pressures, quarterback hits, tackles for loss. That's what kept us in the game. That stout run defense. We kept Jonathan Taylor out of the game. If you ask Coach Campbell, he'll tell you the same thing. That's where it always starts. That's where it always ends. It is what it is. Shout out to the two big fellas in the middle of that defense.
Yep.
All right, Wise man, what's your standout?
My standout, Captain Jack Sparrow, man. Captain Jack Campbell. That motherfucker was sideline to sideline. I'm talking about. Forgive my Swahili, but yeah, dog was sideline to sideline today, man. He was where he was supposed to be at. Runfish was crazy. He was balling even in the passing game. Like, he had a couple of deflections. Like, he really stepped up, and like I was telling y'all earlier, man, like, he's a true Mike backer. I get it. We trying to, test his limits to see what else he can do as far as pass rushing. Maybe playing on the outside and space a little bit. No, this kid is a middle linebacker. He's a great run stuffer, and it showed up on tape today. And like I say, and like bro said too, man, you can't do nothing without them guys up front. Aleem McNeil was causing problems all fucking day long. Man. He stayed in the backfield today. He stayed pressing the pocket today. His get off was crazy today too. It was just like no Diddy, but his get off was crazy today. So shout out to him and DJ Reader. And then if I have to go on offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, man. God damn, every time that kid touched the ball, we was like, damn.
Yes.
Like, he is literally this close away every time from getting
every time.
Like, it's crazy on how good this kid is, man. And shout out to the offensive line too, because you're nothing without them. So those are my standouts.
Most definitely. So of course, I'm gonna have to piggyback off you guys when it comes to the standouts and defensive wise. Lee McNeil up front and Jack Campbell. The thing with Jack Campbell is that his IQ is what shows up on the field, because you never catch him out of position. In my opinion, he's always in the right position, making the right plays. And like I said, it's several times where in the past game, he had some deflections that you didn't see him coming. So that comes with IQ from the linebacker position. I know early on, and usually that's when it happens, when the first drive that Indianapolis had, they was they was getting a lot of runs going on with the quarterback runs and things of that nature. But when you got a great coordinator like AG, you make those adjustments and make him a passer, which, like you said, shutting down Jonathan Taylor and stacking it up to make him a passer, which I spoke to you guys earlier. That's what we wanted, because as big as Anthony Richardson is, he's not an accurate passer. No. And when he gets flustered, he's going to throw some passes. It was several passes that he threw out there that could have been picked off or just wasn't in the area. Now, I would also, what else also stood out is the fact that the defensive line caused a lot of penalties this game too. He caused a lot of penalties that, stopped some drives and, allow, our defense to be able to pin their ears back in certain cases. So shout out to them for that. Offensive wise, even though there wasn't any passing touchdowns thrown, still the consistency that we have at the quarterback position. The thing that people don't recognize with Jared Goff and me and Wiseman and Real, we talk about the other, is his IQ as well. The fact that he can read the defense, change it up at the at the line of scrimmage, make the right calls and the right throws. at these times, not panicking. The thing I know, we all harp on about him is, the lack of athleticism, but he makes it up with his IQ. And that's what you need at the quarterback position to know if the first read ain't there, the second read ain't there, here's your third read. Or if the defense is sitting on this guy and they're sitting on this guy, I can go here. And Jared Goff is in the great position to where he picks apart defenses and keeps them on their toes, which allows our offense to keep going and making the critical first down and the critical plays when we needed it the most in this game, because defensively, the Colts really was stymied. Shout out to Zaire Franklin on the defensive side for Indianapolis. He was all over the place, causing havoc and everything like that.
Yeah.
I feel that the Colts will definitely, for years, always had a stout defense. And just like I said, they just need to get things together on offensive wise. But our defense, not allowing a touchdown.
Hey, listen, they got in the red zone a couple of times today, and we didn't give up nothing but field goals. Bend but don't break, man. So that's maturity in our defense. Again, that's AG doing what he's supposed to do, man. Like, great fucking job today. Even when killed, listen, we'll get to that shit later, but
I want to say something too before we move off of Jared Goff. I'm not about to put these people names out there, but it's a lot of haters lately, man. They got a lot to say about Jared Goff. In particular,
Nick Wright.
Yeah. In particular, he wants to have this conversation about how he doesn't believe in Jared Goff because he feels that he's a civilian and that the Lions will not win a Super Bowl with a civilian at quarterback because he says that it's a necessity to have a superhero play quarterback to get you to the Super Bowl. Okay, let's talk about it.
Preach, brother.
So what makes Jared Goff not a not a superhero? Because he doesn't have elite athleticism. He can't run, right? Well, a lot of these guys with elite athleticism can't read a damn defense. You don't even understand what's going on pre-snap. So what's the point of having legs? You can have Tiny Tim legs. You can have titanium legs. You can have sonic legs. But what's the point if you don't know where the defense is coming and where the defense is attacking you and how the defense is scheming against you? What's the point of all that athleticism?
You saw that shit with Anthony Richardson. Like, he got all the athleticism in the world, and he was
It's the perfect example. Yeah. And see, I like to use basketball analogies, and I like to equate Jared Goff and just the quarterback position, period, in basketball to the point guard. I don't want no point guard who could jump out the gym. I don't want no point guard who in the end but can't rally the troops, that can't prep his guys, that can't rally his guys up in practice, who can't sit in the film room and tell his teammate what he's seeing. I don't want to. You could be as fast as you want. You could shoot jumpers from the suites.
Give me John Stockton, baby.
Give me John Stockton. Give me Chris Paul. You know, give me
Isaiah Thomas.
Give me these leaders, these students of the game, these guys that's the first one in the gym, the last one to leave, and still lead a gym and go to the film room. Give me those guys, especially when you got a team with all these weapons. I don't need him to be a superhero. I need him to be a dispatcher.
But
feel me?
But see when you
need to deploy them and get your guys together. Go ahead, bro.
But see when I heard that Nick Wright was talking that bullshit, you know, he's one. Of course, he's a diehard Chiefs fan. He's from Kansas City. Everything's Mahomes this, Mahomes that. So he basically everything if Mahomes does, they people who can't never be like Mahomes with this third. All this thing what Jared Goff has been doing he has an unbelievable season. People been writing Jared Goff off when he was with the Rams when they went to the Super Bowl and they only scored 3 points against a Bill Belichick defense. And then he comes here. People did even some Lions fans didn't think that Jared Goff was going to be that great. Could be here. And then he did what he do. He's been better accuracy. He's been better. His completion percentage has been higher than he was with the Rams. His passing yards, career passing yards is way better when he was with the Rams. All the numbers that he had with the Rams over here with the Lions has been way better. He has QBR ratings has been outstanding, way more than the Rams. And I'm so sick and tired. The national media has been disrespecting Jared Goff, a la Nick Wright, some degree Shannon Sharp, some degree other guys that have been somewhat disrespecting Jared Goff. And I'm sick and tired. We all sick and tired of people how these people that disrespecting Goff like he's just one of those, just an average guy. Goff has been playing out of his mind this season. He and that offense and this whole team, and the reason why we're 10-1. Okay, we could have been 11-0. Our team is 10-1, best record, best team in football. I am so sick and tired of the Goff haters. And when Goff wins the Super Bowl, and when he's wins Super Bowl MVP, I want all them people like Nick Wright, all the other national media, I want to keep the same fucking energy. All the bullshit y'all saying about Jared Goff, because y'all keep down. Yeah, I don't give a damn about the 5 interceptions and even the out of those 5 interceptions he threw in there Houston, it was 4 wasn't his damn fault, and he still won the goddamn game. And he made that shit up last week. I don't give a damn. It was an inferior team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he turned around and whooped their ass with 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Even he didn't throw a goddamn touchdown today. He didn't throw no interceptions.
Tell him why you mad.
I'm sick and tired of these. I'm sick and tired of these garbage.
And this is my other thing too, though. Why my boy don't get a fair shake? Like he was the first overall quarterback, man. Let me give y'all a couple names about a couple first overall picks over the last 10-15 years. Sam Bradford, Andrew Luck, Jameis Winston, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young. Where's the respect for Jared Goff? Where's the respect? My boy done been to the Super Bowl. He been to the mountaintop. He been slapped down and he built himself right back up. He playing the best ball in his fucking life. But y'all want to keep talking about his lack of athleticism and how he's going to be limited. You didn't say the same thing about Sam Bradford. You didn't say the same thing about Trevor Lawrence or goddamn who else we say? Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston ain't a runner. You Sam Bradford, come on, man. Where's the respect, man? How is my boy a civilian putting up numbers like that and orchestrating possibly the greatest offense ever constructed?
See, the issue is, and what people don't, I feel like the people don't recognize, and this is why I want to give a shout out to the Detroit Lions organization, because the Detroit Lions organization built their team around the skill set of their quarterback.
No doubt.
Okay, he's not quote unquote athletic, but he knows how to read the field. He knows how to get in and out of the plays. And what do? You start up front, which I always say, if you want to build a championship team anywhere, it starts in the trenches.
Inside out.
Exactly.
Inside out. You start up front, you build that up. Then you build around his skill set by not having him having to throw 40 and 50 times a game and have to throw for 300, 400, 500 yards a game when you got a two-headed monster in the backfield right now in Gibbs and Montgomery. And then you got weapons at all levels from mid to intermediate to the distance that he got to choose from. So shout out to the organization for recognizing, in which, like people say, he was brought here to die. And everyone knew it, including myself. I thought he was a throwaway just like everybody else. I had Goff here for 2 years. We was going to draft the future quarterback for the Lions and move on from that. But I will be the first one to say I'm glad I was wrong in regards to that thought process and the fact that he has progressed. And I think people are still stuck on 3 years ago Goff, when we didn't have the weapons and the line set and the organization was just turning the corner, and we had to get rid of a lot of dead. We had a lot of dead weight we had to get rid of first. And if you're not seeing the natural progression from here, like I said, when people try to compare what he was in with the Rams, he spent 4 years with the Rams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in his third year, he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What else you want from him?
What do you want? And just like I would say just like a Baker Mayfield and just like what's the name over in Seattle? These guys have rebranded themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, Gino.
Sam Darnold.
These guys are getting paid right now.
Yeah.
It didn't work out where they were at first, but now they're at teams and organizations that build teams around what their skill set is, and that's why they're winning. That's why they got the contracts together, because they didn't like stymie them at the quarterback position, and that's what this organization did with Jared Goff. So shout out to them and shout out to the Lions for sticking with Goff, and we appreciate what's going on in the front office. With this organization now, because like I said, we're at 10-1 right now. Do we see, anything, well, let's not go too far ahead because, of course we got, Lions versus the Bears for Thanksgiving. Hey, there, look.
Yeah, she-
Hey, my kid just came to say hi.
Hello. So we got, of course we got the Lions and Bears for Thanksgiving coming up. Do you see any hiccups going on with this game, fellas?
I say this: you can't take division games lightly. Even though the Bears are the Care Bears, the Bears they are the Care Bears, but you can't take take a division this division's opponents lightly. The Lions got to come out, play the same game, play their game, hit them in the mouth. The Bears going to try to come out. They're going to put up a fight. They know they lost a tough one against Minnesota, which they pretty much, the Bears had plenty of opportunities to beat Minnesota. Minnesota was like right here. Here you go. And the Bears still couldn't take advantage of it. So as the Lions, they just got to come out, take care of business, because Chicago is a division opponent. They're gonna try to hit them in the mouth. But we gotta respond back to them, man.
Hey man, King Davis is a jerk, man.
Shout out to Big A in the comments.
Lord have mercy.
Piggyback off of what bro said, man. The most important thing you said was play our game, bro. Our biggest enemy, our biggest competition is ourselves, bro. If we play our game, it don't matter who line up on the other side of us, bro. They can't match up. You can't match up talent-wise. You can't match up scheme-wise. You might as well just not even get off the bus, man. Just forfeit the game. Save yourselves a trip away from home for Thanksgiving. Stay home, fry you a turkey. Do they got Chicago style turkey? They got Chicago style everything else.
Chicago style turkey is
Turkey.
And fry you up, get you some Chicago style turkey. Stay home. Maybe take an early vacation since you got an extra week, man. It ain't no point of coming to Ford Field because you ain't gonna do nothing but get ran over like a Mustang. Y'all see what I did there. So our biggest competition is ourselves. As long as we play our game, which is, pound the rock, penalty-free football. Like we looked up and we had no penalties through 3 quarters or something like that before we got our first penalty. That's the other thing that these commentators and these so-called analysts, they don't talk about, the fact that we play clean ball. We don't shoot ourselves in the foot. We don't turn the ball over. Well, sometimes we do, but for the most part, we don't turn the ball over. We don't beat ourselves with penalty, and we always come to play. You have to beat us. You're not just going to win a football game. You have to beat us. So long as we play our style of game, it don't matter if it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, or the Super Bowl. We on y'all ass. No Diddy, no baby oil.
Now, before you get your take, Wise man, won't you give a shout out to the folks that's been in the comment section?
Yo,
man?
I would like to shout out our guy Alex Heron, who always rocking with us every time we go live. Shout out to my boy Certified Asshole, my baby. We was in Houston going crazy. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Shout
Yes,
out to
sir.
our guy
Yes, sir.
Owen. Shout out to King Davis. And I appreciate the compliment, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Is that A?
Yeah, Big A. That's Big A.
Not wonder. Now it make all the sense in the world. Shout out to Ricola.
Yep.
Ricola.
Shout out to you for kicking it, man. And shout out to everybody that's on the live. And once again, shout out to legendary Rob Parker, man, for hanging out with us today, man.
Yep.
So, and please, y'all, it only take 1 second to hit the like button, man. Give us a like so our algorithm can come up, man, so we can always give y'all this content and let y'all know about how our Detroit sports is rocking.
There we go. Now, your take on this week's game with the Bears on Turkey Day.
Oh man, my take is again, it's a divisional game, man. So it can just like we saw the Commanders lose to the Cowboys, we saw the Texans lose to the Titans. It's a divisional game, regardless of what the fucking roster look like. You got to come and play football, Jack, because again, we know each other very well. We play each other twice a year, and even though the Bears are going through what they're going through, they're not going to come here and back down. You know what I'm saying? They're going to come here and play football. So I feel like as long as we still take care of business, not take them lightly, because again, remind y'all, we ain't won on Thanksgiving in 8 straight years. You feel me? So again, we need to come out. We need to hit these boys in the mouth. We don't need to be bullshitting, and we need to get up on them and get up on them early. And I feel like if we play a good, clean game, it'll go in our favor.
Most definitely, and like I said, take care of business. We should be having a good turkey day come Thursday against the Bears. Like I said, they lost a close one today, and like I said, consistency is the key. And like I said, we're not going to harp on what we've been going through the last several years, because like I said, we're on a mission this year, and I think we're going to continue that mission. With that being said, DC, man, go ahead and pull up them scores, man. Can we get the scores?
We got the scores going. Y'all see the scores? Y'all can see the scores?
Yeah,
hey, who called that game? Who said the Rams was going to beat the Eagles today? Who said
I called it. I said it.
He called it. You know how I am about the Eagles.
The Rams is up 7-3 on the Eagles right now.
Well, and then I'm looking right now that the Eagles are driving downfield. So the Eagles got the ball there driving down. So like I said, the second quarter just started, and the Rams got the 7-3 lead. Tomorrow the Ravens and the Chargers.
That's a good one. Now I want to get Rob Parker's take on this one, because he's out there in LA, and he picked Lamar Jackson to be MVP, but at 7-4, to me, I'm kind of like worried on him being the MVP, and his team may not even win the division.
No,
No,
and you already he's 1-4 in his career against the Steelers.
Sure.
Yeah,
we gonna see.
And this is the battle of the Harbor brothers.
There we go, man. I look forward to that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. The Chargers has been playing. Shout out to y'all former defensive coordinator of U of N. Shout out to Jesse Minter, man.
Jesse Minter, my brother.
Shout out to him, man. That Chargers defense is legit. That defense is legit. So Thursday, the Browns beat the Steelers on an upset win, which is division, and it was snowing that game. Steelers had opportunity to win the game, and they didn't pull it off. So,
shout out to Lane.
Shout out, got Lane.
The Chiefs pull out another victory against the Carolina Panthers. Carolina was down 11 late in the fourth quarter and came to tie it, and then the Chiefs end up hit the game-winning field goal as time expired. The Vikings and the Bears that we just talked about, and went into overtime, and the Bears had opportunities to win the game, and the Bears are the Care Bears for a reason, and that's why they lost. The Titans and the Titans pull out the upset victory, which another division game. Of course, our guys, the Lions. Come on now. Our Lions pull out the victory 24-6 against the Colts.
Shout out
the
to
Dolphins take care of it. Yeah, T-Mobile, yes sir. Shout out the Dolphins put on a victory against the Patriots, 34-15. The Buccaneers take care of the Giants. Daniel Jones and has been officially released from the Giants. I don't know, Cass. I think you was talking to somebody earlier. There was something about Daniel Jones. There's a rumor about Daniel Jones might be a backup for the Lions. I don't know how true that is.
Yeah. So Adam Schefter reported that the Baltimore Ravens, the Detroit Lions, and the Minnesota Vikings are in the lead to land Daniel Jones. But you got to be some kind of ass if somebody pays you $68 million to go fuck off. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Hey. Well, that's the Giants. That's the Giants for you.
Hey, shout out his agent for pulling that off.
Right. And listen, he can sit back and learn how to win. That's the way he need to be. Sit back and watch. That's the way he need to be.
But you see, I can't fault all on him though. I fought that Giants organization too.
I do as well. And that's why I say he need to sit back somewhere and just learn what winning looks like. and there'll be no pressure on him. He has the same trajectory. He could be on the same boat as a Geno Smith and Baker
But
Mayfield.
nobody ever viewed him as a starting quarterback. Like, if you look at all the analysts beforehand, they was like, I don't see what the hell the Giants saw in this kid. And obviously, you know, they were right, because again, you just got paid last year and they let you go the following season. That's crazy.
Yep.
So everybody, nobody saw him as being just this top tier quarterback. Again, the Giants is crazy as hell. Like, that's just bad ownership, man. And again, we know all about that. We lived through the Matt Millen days.
Yep. Exactly. The Dallas Cowboys pulled the upset victory
That's
against
crazy.
the Commanders. Man.
That ended was crazy. That ended was crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, somebody said, listen, these kickers, y'all getting paid too much money to be missing kicks now.
Yeah.
Ain't no excuses nowadays. Y'all getting paid a good amount of money. Y'all can't be missing these kicks, especially extra point kicks, man. Come on.
Nah. So, So the Cowboys pulled that victory out, which they also play Thursday against the Giants on Thanksgiving. The Broncos have been a sleeper team this year. Broncos have been playing that rookie Bo Nix. He's been playing well this year. They beat up on the Raiders, and the Packers knew they was going to get revenge on the 49ers. Of course, 49ers did not have Brock Purdy. They didn't have a lot of key players. So you expect that victory was going to happen for the Green Bay Packers, 38-10. Seahawks pull out the victory against the Cardinals.
Who gonna take that division, man?
Division wicked, boy.
I think the Rams is going to take that division. I think the Rams going to win that division. I really believe the Rams will win it.
Listen, I wouldn't be opposed to it, man. It's not looking too bleak for San Francisco right now. Listen, the injuries just really caught up to them for real.
Yeah, it really has. So, but yeah, those teams on the buys, you know, and those are your scores for the NFL.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, like I said, we're looking forward to, you know, Thanksgiving, of course, you know, watching the game, enjoying the game, and hopefully we're going to have a Lions victory come Thursday. Want to switch it up a little bit because, of course, not only, you know, is it, you know, Thanksgiving, it's also rivalry week with the University of Michigan and the Ohio State Buckeyes. And let me say this.
Big A where we need him, man.
Let me say this in the nicest way possible as I can. Fuck Ohio State with all the baby oil, all the Diddy. Fuck them, fuck them. It's rivalry week. I don't give a shit. Excuse my language, but fuck them. All right? All the way through, nigga. Let them get in the cell with Diddy and take all the baby oil they can. I don't care. It's rivalry week. And listen, I know it's a tough call because, like I said, this is I call a buy.
Time out, man. I go away for 2 seconds and I hear Willie going crazy.
Hey, listen, it's that time, man. It's that time. Listen. I know we're in a down year right now, of course. But hey, listen, it's still fuck Ohio. You know what I'm saying? To the death of it. You know what I'm saying? to the end of it. You feel me? You know, and that's how it's going to That's how it's going to be, man. So I look forward to that game, and it's a great chance that, you know, we may pull that upset. If not, listen, it's always going to be next year, which, like I said, Michigan right now is looking good on the recruiting scale.
Yes,
right now.
sir.
You know, we got a lot of guys coming in, and like I said, once again, shout out to Bryce Underwood. You know, saying that was the big story this past week with him go ahead and flipping his commitment to Michigan. And like I said, those who the best in Michigan stay in Michigan, and this year we're damn sure making it known that, listen, the best is going to stay here and don't go no other place. And shout out to Michigan for opening up that NIL bag and make all the haters mad now because our money is hella long. And
I want to say this. I want to say this right quick before y'all get to the Bryce Underwood. But I gotta say this, man. Look, I'm telling you right now. I know I'm a state guy, I know how much I talked smack about Michigan. This is third, right? I told Big A this. I had talked to Big A yesterday. Michigan is going to beat Ohio State this year. They're going to beat them for 4th straight year in a row. And even though Michigan is not the same team like they was in the past, if Michigan can play their game, don't turn the football over. If they can milk clock, keep Ohio State offense on the sideline, they're gonna win that game. Because if you look Ohio State, every win they had, they has been living off people turning the ball over too many times, and they feeding off it. Just another example, the momentum changed yesterday. Once Indiana had that little missnap on that punt, and Ohio State got that short field and scored that touchdown. I even talked to Big A. I said that was the game. I said that was even before that. With Big A just remind me too that it was something happened before that changed the whole complexion of that game yesterday. Ohio State has not looked good. I'm not sold on that Will Howard quarterback guy. I'm not sold on their running backs. I'm not sold on that whole team. Period. That Ohio State team is not a legit number 2 seed. Period. Same with Penn State. They're not a legit number 4 seed. I don't care who they're fraudulent. They're overrated teams. They're not good. Oregon is the only team in the Big Ten. Is the better team. Even sometimes Oregon has some lapses on some games. But Ohio State are going to lose to Michigan. Ryan Day is going to be out of a job before he even reaches to a bowl game.
So I don't know. I kind of agree with you there, but like I said, we just got to come out. It's gonna be a tough game because we suck at throwing the ball, right? So we have to be able to control the ground, man. If we can control the ground, even though our run game and our offense is like super predictable, it don't matter because when you come with that intent to do bodily harm on the person that's in front of you, it don't matter what your play call is. You know, you just got to dominate the guy in front of you. So if we can control the ground, get the ground game going. Get Donovan Edwards that breakout game that we all been waiting to see, and let Mullins go crazy and do what he's supposed to do. Like if we can do that and play great defense and keep that offense off the field, we're in good shape. However, that shit gonna be tough because if they ever get us in 2nd and long, 3rd and long, just get the punts ready, Jack, because our quarterbacks is dog shit.
Oh man,
You know, I totally agree, man.
They old white dog shit, man. Good
Yeah.
God.
And that's the thing I was saying, man. Like, I mean, the great thing coming off that Northwestern game, you could try some things, and it's good momentum going into that game. But if Davis Warren can't keep drives going that game, it's gonna be a long defense. I'm gonna tell you this: defense is gonna be wreaking havoc. I'm gonna tell you that now. That front 4 is finna wreak havoc. But like I said, if we can't keep drives going, man, and like I said, it got to be some consistency with these play calls. Like it has to be some like a flow of a game, not you just throwing darts on the dartboard, man. I don't know if we're gonna have Coastal Leveling. Sound like he might have been dealing with a shoulder injury or something like that. But I want Khalil Mullins. I'm gonna tell you this: you're gonna know what offense you're gonna get with what running back starts that game. I'm gonna tell you that now. If Donovan Edwards starts that game, here we go with the passing out the backfield, all of that sweet crap. If Mullins start the game, we coming to put. Yeah. We going back to that Hassan Haskins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
4 tough yards. By the time that 3rd quarter comes, you gonna start diving at his ankles. You remember when Hassan Haskins? By the time that 3rd quarter was coming, dude, they was diving at his ankles. He started jumping over people.
Yep.
Like that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
And shout out to Big A for coming on, aka King Davis, aka Jerkface, aka.
Hey man, don't be telling her. Listen, homie. You don't know me. Don't be telling everybody my AKAs, man. I be sliding through these YouTube streets, man.
Intro.
Yeah, King, bro.
Hey man. Listen, bro, that interview I did was fire, man. That was dope.
Yeah,
Man.
That was really dope.
Hey, is it me though? Was Rob hating a little bit on the gang, man? Just a smidget. I think it might be a little bit of it.
Big on Detroit. I mean, you think about it. You reporting here for 20-something years and they ain't never did shit, so it's kind of hard to get behind that. But yeah, but like everybody, this is our opportunity to silence the haters, bro.
Yeah.
He ain't blind though. He see what's going on. He in a whole other state. He know what the world see. He know what's going on. Like you can't. I get. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a little bit of that bias. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, we got to prove him wrong. That's on us, man. We can't.
There you go.
Listen, you know how to shut up a hater? Win. That's it.
Well, hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this.
You know how much
like when
isn't gonna go on once we win? Nick,
listen,
perm slick head ass gonna be like, oh, I knew the Lions were gonna do whatever the case. Like,
I'm telling you,
for Clex.
it's just like the golf thing, right? Nobody was saying nothing about golf, nothing like it was just silent. You know, he was having these perfect games. But as soon as he threw them 5 picks, that let you know how everybody truly feels. And you know, and especially, you know who else get me? These Matthew Stafford people who just want to like let Stafford go. And Willie know where I'm going. Golf has did more for this team than what Stafford did, man. And I mean, that's the fact. That's something you got to live off of. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen.
Stafford never won us a playoff game.
Nope.
At all. Nope. What a more talented team. What a more talented team,
bro.
Megatron. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
How do you not win with Megatron?
Hey, listen. And then let's not forget that defense we had.
Yeah.
And Ndamukong Suh was the Incredible Hulk. Like, come on.
Nick Fairley.
What was the other kid on the end?
Don't bring up Nick Fairley. Willie gonna get upset.
Even Tucker. Over Quinn, man.
Hey, DeAndre Levy getting 200 tackles a year. Like, come on, man.
And the guy that while we was in Houston, shout out to
shout out to Glover Quinn, man, for sure. Yeah, he was rocking with us down there in Houston.
I do. I want to say this though. I know, like, a lot of Ohio State media just like, oh, this ain't nothing to worry about. Listen here, this is a rivalry game, and listen, like I said, y'all, if Michigan can continue third downs, we're gonna win this game, bro. We're gonna win this game.
We just gotta play smart, mistake-free football, man.
That's it. That's what y'all got to do. Play smart,
mistake-free
suit
football.
Up Charles Woodson and Larry Foote.
Yep.
Hey, hey, DC, I want to say, man, they over there panicking in Sparty Nation, man.
When you sent that this morning, because I was in there watching Locked On Spartans, man, it didn't look too good.
You was watching Locked On Spartans?
Oh yeah, I watched.
I ain't know nobody watched that show. My bad.
Hey, Cass and Real. Hey, oh boy. Of course, they always like to say how they don't worry about us, right? But Locked On Spartans did a whole segment, on us getting Bryce Underwood, right? And so Dog said this. Listen. Hey, listen. Dog said this, right? Which I've been telling people, me and Willie been telling people, right? Because Sparty like to always talk about how they got Matt Ishbia, right? Matt Ishbia. And me and Willie been trying to tell them fools it ain't no money like that Michigan money. Listen. I want to listen.
I so happen to work for Matt Ishbia, so I'm gonna sit this one out, gang.
Well, yeah, sit this one out, please. Yeah, sit this one out, though. I want people to understand this. The 4th wealthiest man in the world, Craig. The world, Craig. The world. I'm not talking the United States. I'm not talking North America. I'm talking the world. got in on this Bryce Underwood thing. So dude over there from Locked Up Sports Spartans, I ain't even gonna say his name. He even had to admit, he said, yeah, we got Ishbia, you know, we got some billionaire donors, but not like that Michigan. It's a different thing with that money that's running through Ann Arbor. And he even said this. This is why I know they panicking. He said, it ain't gonna stop. He said, listen, I know next year, hold on, let me finish. So next year, as you know, every team is going to be on hook for the $20 million minimum. That's what you're going to be on hook for.
So now,
even old boy from the Spartans said this. There's only a couple teams that can afford to go over that minimum. And Michigan is one of them.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. And a lot of that too is the university, and like I said, you know, I work out in Ann Arbor, so I know, and they is so much money is coming to that town. They are building new lofts, the new apartments, new hotels downtown. They building new pharmacy, medical pharmacy buildings all over downtown. I see it every day. They bring in so much, huh?
Why not be a
Nah, man, I can't do that, man.
And look, one thing I'm gonna say to y'all too. One thing I'm gonna say, what kind of also screwed up Ishbia, right? I know Sparty was bragging about him having that NBA team, but that kind of messed it up because with him being a owner of an NBA team, he can't donate to Michigan State, you know, because of the conflict of interest. So you kind of lose out on a billionaire. So you can't really even brag about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean, it is what I mean. We still got Magic Johnson, bro. We still got Magic Johnson, so we all right.
You don't have Magic Johnson. He can't donate because of a conflict of interest, buddy.
Well, he can't donate, but we still got Magic Johnson, still a heart of Michigan State, bro.
Listen, but y'all don't have a Tom Brady in the young fella's ear though, man. So
but you know what? I got a shout out to DC because we do got a special guest that's gonna come on here pretty soon too, within the next couple of weeks, man. A Spartan legend, man. So I did that strictly for you, DC, man, on the guys.
On the game.
I'm gonna be lighting them comments up.
You bring your ass to the show. Goddamn.
No, what's you know, I was telling, me and Willie talked about this behind the scene, right? And I want to say this here, you know, as much as I hate the way this season is going, I'm gonna be honest. If this season was successful, Michigan would not have got off their high horse.
Yeah,
no doubt.
And
you gotta be humble.
And what it took for, because you know, I was listening to Sam Webb, you know, and he was he was part of a little meeting. And, you know, a lot of them donors say, "Hey, y'all love the feeling of last year, right?" You know, we got to get this thing on the road because, as much as it's sad to see, this is where college sports is going. A lot of people talking about this Bryce Underwood thing and they gave him this. Listen, Cam Ward just bought his whole entire offensive line, iced out chain, spent $2.1 million. So listen, it ain't just Bryce Underwood getting this money, man. But you know what finesse 2 times say? Oh, it's a problem when I do it.
When they do it, it's a problem when I do it. Hey,
you know, man.
But that's the landscape of you know what the college sports world is, and like
that's where it's going.
Like you said, Big A, listen, they woke up the big bank now, so we just gonna have to ride that wave and see what comes from it.
Hey Willie, look at the coach from Virginia basketball. Dude left because he said he can't operate in this time of recruiting where he has to talk to agents now.
Yeah, it's
he hung it up.
Yeah,
he hung it up.
That make a lot of sense.
Go ahead, Rip.
No, I was just saying that make a lot of sense though. Like bro said, about them changing the landscape of college football, it's not the same, man. It's not about the brotherhood and representing the university. It's about who's the highest bidder. You know, so now it's going to be hard to keep teams together. It's going to be hard to get players to play for one another. It's going to get hard. It's going to be hard for kids to just care about the sport in general because I'm here to get my family out the hood. You just guarantee me such and such $1 million. I'm going to show up and get that money because if you think about it, man, most college athletes are not going to go off and be superstars. And then you got a lot of them that's only in college to get there. But my point is, if I get there and they give me the money, I'm not even as motivated to go to the league because a lot of times that money is more than enough to set me up for the rest of my life, depending on how good I am. And not saying that all the guys are just going to come for the money, but you're going to have that subset of players who come get that money and the motivation is just gone. So I can kind of understand Coach his perspective. And I think, to me, I think that'd be tough for me too, because now I got to go from being a coach to a businessman. And that's going to be a tough transition for a lot of these, like, you know, real
old school coaches.
Old school coaches. Yeah, but go ahead, bro.
Hey, I got one thing I want to bring up, and then I got to hop off of this, right? So, I don't know if y'all heard about the whole Bronny James situation and him down there in the G League. He not traveling. He not flying coach with the team. He ain't staying in the hotel.
That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. But go ahead. He got the money. So fuck the brotherhood part. Fuck being with the guys. Fuck having lunch with these niggas.
But
start shit. But go ahead.
But this is my thing, though. This is the problem, though, of when you do what LeBron James did. This is the problem right here. My thing about that is you already coming with a sense of entitlement. Oh, I'm not staying in these hotels. I'm not flying coach. This is my thing with Bronny, and Clark said it the best. He's like, if you really want to be your own man, you really want to be something, you tell your daddy, no, I need to travel with my team. You know, I need to sleep in the same hotels with my team. And I'm going to say this, and me and Willie was talking about this not too long ago. And a lot of people need to pay attention. Melo is doing it the right way. Yeah. His son is having to earn everything on his own merit. You know what I'm saying? He could have did the whole little, I'm going pro this, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to college. You know what I'm saying? And this, the way LeBron James and them kind of going about this is where people are saying where they had an issue with this. Because like I say, he ain't the first one that did do this. You know, you had Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr.
But again,
you know what I'm saying?
Good. Like Bronny is fucking.
There you go. There you go. And Ken Griffey Jr. had to earn his way.
Yeah.
And when you starting to hear those stories, I'm like, LeBron, this is where people had a problem with this. Because your son down in the G League, he ain't traveling with the team or sleeping with the team.
But we say stuff like this, we get labeled as haters, man. When the truth is, bro,
that's real talk.
He wasn't even good in college. And you had a guy on your team that was outperforming you. And this kid doesn't even get drafted because your daddy is who he is. And I get it. Everybody want to say nepotism and all that shit. No. If I got to put you on my TV that I pay hard-earned money for, I want to see a good fucking product. I don't want to see, oh, he's the GOAT because his son is there. Man, don't get me started with this shit. With the with all that. Because I go off in a whole nother situation. But no, man, like it's bad. Bronny wasn't ready to come out. He should have did 3 years of fucking college. Maybe at that point he would have been ready to play ball.
Yeah.
But see, and this is where I go back to that, Ross, because it's like, and usually, like I don't really critique or criticize the moves that LeBron made, because I mean he do a lot of good things. But to me, LeBron, this was just you showing that this was more about you and not your son's personal development.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was about to go with next. I feel like it's a selfish act for him to not only get his son drafted, but get him drafted to your team after you called it out, 2 years ago, that you're going to stick around till you get him. And you're damn near, I would not be surprised. Fuck surprised. I can almost guarantee that was negotiated in his contract when he re-signed. Like, I'm only re-signing caveat in this motherfucking contract that say, if you don't draft Bronny when he's available, you got to give me back all, I need all the money back. You feel me? Whatever we sign for, I get extra bonuses if you don't draft Bronny. It got to be something in that contract for them to just go with it. Not only that, they got a new head coach. So it's like, fuck his direction. Fuck what he want to do with his roster. You're getting Bronny, nigga. But I feel like that was a super selfish act on Bron's behalf, and you really, it's just all about him. I want to play with my son. I want to make history. But you
But not only that,
negating.
you didn't. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
I
you
was just gonna say you negating the fact, like, if you actually want him to be great, like put him in the ringer, allow him to go through the trials and tribulations and learn the brotherhood and the tutelage from being in a G League. Like, being in a G League is not that bad because you get all the playing time, but not only that, the coaching staff is focusing on you because they're trying to get you ready for the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, allow him to go through those steps to get to where he need to get to. Especially, man, you play with that boy every day. No, Diddy, you play basketball with your son every day. You know he ain't ready for the big league. So why would you set him up for
Yeah, no,
what's best for you? Go ahead, Cass.
Yeah, man, but I was just gonna say, bro, I just feel like you set him back even further, man, because now, you know, you put him in a situation, he gets drafted and all this shit, and now you put him back in the G League like he's regressing instead of progressing. So now, then you got to deal with the embarrassment of getting drafted, being on the team, and getting kicked down. I feel like he's done more damage than good for his son, man.
Yeah,
Sure.
I agree, man, because like I say, man, like I'm usually on the side of what LeBron does, man, but like I have to admit, dude, and for him, he got and what's crazy is now that all these stories is coming out, and especially this G League thing, y'all seen what he did, right? He got rid of all his social media.
Much pressure, too much.
So-
But this is my thing: if you can't handle it, LeBron, in year 20, why put that on your son, dude?
No doubt.
yeah, exactly.
So let me ask you fellas this, and maybe I'm thinking of it from this way, with him not going on the road trips and being in the hotels. It's more of a, to me, I'm thinking it's more of a public safety thing than it is him not wanting to
get that nigga some security, man. You can get him extra,
you know, because if he's on the plane, you know, it's gonna be one of the people that's gonna want to come up to him all the time while he's on the plane. Or if he's in the hotel, I think it's more of it's gonna be a maybe this is my thinking of it, that it would be more of a distraction, not only to him but to his teammates everywhere he go, when people know that, you know, Bronny James is gonna be at this hotel, he's gonna be at this airport. You
Man, ain't nobody about to kidnap that nigga, man.
But it's not even kidnapping, but more or less of getting in the way. You know how people is, and it's not to say that people wouldn't try Bronny James because they might not like LeBron James. But I'm not saying that's gonna happen. But I think maybe that's where I'm thinking it's coming from. Like, let's not be a distraction to the G League and the teams with him traveling in these public forums.
I
get what, yeah.
I get it from that standpoint.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that's what maybe why they did it that way. Just because, like, the other guys, you know, he's already gonna have, you know, special privilege because he's getting paid more than the other guys that's on the team anyway. So it might just, in my opinion, that, or my perspective, that could be why the reason why they say, listen, let's not do that, the traveling, because it could be a distraction not just for him but for the other guys as well.
I think that premise definitely holds true in the early stages of his career. But let's say you go to the G League and you cut the fuck up. You come back to the Lakers, you're right back in the hotels with us anyway. You riding on the buses with us and flying whatever we flying anyway. You got to deal with that shit anyway. You might as well get it out the way and let it become a part of your growth and your maturation. But I get what you're saying.
But Willie, this is my thing.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But this is my thing. I could understand that if dude didn't go to college, bro. Like, dude was on the campus and everything. Dude. Like, I can't. You can't even shoot him that bail. Like, he walking this way. Like, ain't nobody like I said. This is Bronny James. It wasn't like it was his daddy. Like, ain't nobody running up to. He ain't causing no distractions, man. This ain't Wembanyama walking through. Like, come on, like, this is Bronny James, man.
I don't know, man. When the Lakers came to town, man, he had a huge support.
I heard.
It was crazy. They came to see Bronny for sure. Don't get it fucked up now, nigga.
Yeah,
Niggas come to
true.
see Bronny now.
That's true.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, he ain't causing no commotion, man. You ain't hear nothing about him causing no chaos at USC. He got to walk back and forth to class. He traveling with the team then.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's true. But yeah.
You good, Willie?
It wasn't like when USC was coming to town when they was playing them smaller schools that the games was selling out. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Nah,
USC ain't the NBA either, so
That's
I
true,
don't know. I don't know. That's just my speculation of it. Not that I don't think he gonna want to do it. I just think like trying not to make a spectacle of everything while he's going out on the road. Maybe that's the reason. Like they just say, listen, let's just keep him home, and not make it more than what it has to be. Maybe
no, I ain't.
But we'll see. But your man's DC got the scores from the NCAA with the top 25. We had a couple of upsets this past weekend too.
Let's get it. Let's talk about it right quick, man. UNLV take care of business against San Jose State on the Friday. Saturday, you know what happens with Ohio State took care of Indiana. Indiana had their first loss of the season. Texas take care of Kentucky. And this overrated ass team, Penn State, again. Yes, I don't even know. Don't get me started with
They
that.
ain't played nobody. Go ahead,
Right.
bro.
Yeah, and then somebody they played, they lost to Ohio State again. I don't know how James Franklin still have a job. I don't know, but yep. And Army get their first loss against Notre Dame. Notre Dame blew their asses out 49-14. This is the upset of the day.
Upset of the day. I know you was upset, Wise Man, because that was part of your parlay.
Oklahoma.
I bet no college football no more, dog.
Yeah.
It has been hell this season.
Yeah. Yeah. Miami take care of Wake Forest. Yeah, because Alabama, they ain't no SEC championship, no playoff for them. They're done. They'll get a bowl game, but they ain't getting no playoff. Nah, it's a wrap. They not nah. Yep.
Listen,
Ole Miss.
you say that though, but it's a lot that could go on that last week. You don't squeeze Alabama in there.
Yeah. Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just don't see it though. But Ole Miss get their first. Big A. I told you. Ole Miss ain't the Ole Miss they everybody think they is.
Yeah, you called that one, DC.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
oh.
To beat Georgia and then lose to Florida is nuts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I listen. If you playing FanDuel on college, stop. It's not right. They fucking shit up.
Georgia take
DJ. Hey, before you move on, DJ Lagway. Well, then.
Yeah.
What you say? I couldn't hear him.
DJ Lagway, the quarterback, Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That boy nice.
Yep. Georgia take care of business against Massachusetts. Tennessee take care of business against UTEP. Boise State win a close one against Wyoming. That running back. Oh man, Ashton Gentry. Oh man,
Yeah, man. Yeah, he
Hey, his running back stance is nuts, bro. Like
Yeah.
he be standing back there like a serial killer.
Hey, listen,
Bro.
him and Gibbs do
Yeah.
the same thing.
That serial killer stance, bro.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait till they get to the playoffs. I can't wait.
Yeah, they're gonna make it.
I want to see it. Yeah, I definitely want to see that young brother on the national stage for sure.
They gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
popped.
Yeah, this will solidify his Heisman hopes for sure.
Yeah. SMU look like they're gonna win the ACC. SMU take care of business against Virginia. BYU loses to Arizona State. That was a pretty good game.
Arizona State.
Arizona State, man. Texas A&M fraudulent.
Hey, before you move on, I'm trying to slide past that Arizona State. You see who that quarterback is though over there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all picked the right guy though, but go ahead.
Yeah. Arizona State is not that they're a good team. Yes. So Texas A&M, another fraudulent team with the 4 overtimes against Auburn. 4 overtimes. And another one. Shout out to Kansas. Kansas 3 games in a row. They beat 3 ranked opponent teams. Colorado is
finished under 500.
still,
Spoiler.
yeah, and Kansas win next week. They be bowl eligible.
But
So,
you know what's crazy? They had actually, preseason picked Kansas to win the Big 12.
yeah,
So they could play, and they just had a bad start.
yeah, they did. Clemson take care of Citadel. South Carolina take care of Wofford. Iowa State take close game against Utah. What happened to Utah this year?
The quarterback,
Boy, this is
Quarterback still hurt. Yeah.
the quarterback hurt.
Missouri take care of Mississippi State. Illinois take care of Rutgers in a very close game.
Hey, did y'all see the end of that one though?
No.
Giano calls the timeout,
Yep.
and Illinois misses. So then when they come back, they like, forget it, let's go for it. Throw a pass for a touchdown.
Game.
Wow.
Yep. That was a crazy ending. And
Wow.
That's a college football top 25, fellas.
Yep.
Listen, I gotta switch it over for a hot second because we got something special coming up. Make sure I get it out there. It's Cooley Football Alumni second annual coat drive. We gotta get the coats for the kids, man. The opening is from December 3rd to December 8th. We're asking for donations of $25. The $25 donation is the amount that it would take to supply one coat for kid. Last year we had great success in regards to the coat drive, and we just want to extend on that from last year into this year. So we will be having this posted on all our social media platforms, and of course, all the way up until December 8th, we're going to keep on plugging this because we want to be able to support our community. Our forthcoming information as far as like where you can donate it to will be coming out very soon. We're still working out those details as well. But the opening is from December 3rd and December 8th. Going to have something special at the tailgate party too as well. So if you're going to be at the tailgate party and you're going to assist with the donations, we definitely be appreciated in regards to that. So once again, this is our second annual coat drive. Let's get these kids these coats, man. Listen, like I said, we did it last year, and to see the smiles and excitement on these kids' faces when they're able to get these coats, it's a wonderful feeling, man. I'm just blessed that me and my fellow alumni brothers participate in getting this out to our community, and it's a feel good thing that we want to make sure that we bless our young kids and bless parents that are able to get the kids what they need for the winter. So once again, that is going forward, and more information to come.
Shout out y'all boys for that, man. That's dope.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, man, it's always a blessing to be a blessing, man.
yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Listen, that's the God in us that we want to be able to see our community fulfilled. So definitely it's appreciated.
Because I always say, man, kids don't ask to be here, man. And some are, born with a messed up situation, man. And whenever somebody can be a blessing, man, to these little ones or just to anybody, period, man, it's always a good thing to do.
Yep,
Always.
Absolutely.
That was a good thing. Listen. We had a great show today, man.
Hold on, Willie. We gotta say a quick thing about the Pistons, right quick, man.
Quickly about the Pistons. Sure. We'll do a quick little thing about the Pistons. I know
Just a quick.
it's the beginning of the season. I would say this, in regards to the Pistons. Like I have a little frustration, but it's a good frustration because I see there's some potential in this team that's going to year. Right now, they're 7-11?
Yep, 7-11.
Honestly, they could have been more like 11-7 if some things went their way. But I think JB Bickerstaff is going to get these guys going in the right direction. He's already have because we've already basically matched our win total that we had from last season early on. So that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go ahead. DC, you got your input in regards to the Pistons so far.
Like I said, Pistons still going through some growing pains. They like I said, they play hard, man. They play hard. You could tell from last year into this year. Obviously, last year was a disaster year. For this year, you see these guys playing hard. It's just take time for these guys to continue to gel together to get better, man. Once these guys fully gel together, get better, this Pistons team they're gonna be a team that nobody don't wants to play against. And like you said, we have some tough losses, and we have some good quality wins. We had some good quality. We beat the Lakers, with a full Anthony Davis, with a full LeBron James, and those guys. We beat them handily sound. Then we had losses that how do we lose? Like we lost to Charlotte twice, in Charlotte.
Same fashion.
It's just, this the inconsistency, but I love when I've been seeing with Cade and Ivy. How they playing together. They're going to be one of the best backcourts in the NBA. If they just continue, they got to stay healthy, continue to play how they play. I know Kay didn't play yesterday against Orlando, but, there was a whole big difference. But if these guys continue to, gel to get better and better each and every game, man, the Pistons going to be one of those teams that nobody else wants to play in the Eastern, not just the Eastern Conference, in the NBA. So they're trending in the right direction. They just got to get consistency.
Real, what you feel, man? Real, what you feel?
He took the words right out of my mouth. Consistency and trending and trajectory. The trajectory I can't give you because we doing a little bit of this.
It's still early though.
It is still early, but we also had a really weak ass schedule. All them teams that we've been losing to, we supposed to have been popping their ass. So that kind of gives me a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of worrisome for me right now. Like it's like with the Pistons, man. It's like you have a list of things that need to be fixed, and it's like you have these certain guarantees, and it's like, oh, if we get Cade and Ivy to play together, we'll be all right. If we can get some shooting around them, we'll be all right. But then it's like, okay, we get the shooting, and then the shooters is shooting now. Tobias is a little, but Beasley and Hardaway and Fontecchio started off slow, but he's starting to shoot a little better. And Ivy is knocking down the 3, and K3 looks good. So the shooting has really improved. The defense has improved. A couple games ago, I read that we was like 6th in defense. It kind of fucked me up a little bit, but I was like, okay, it's still a little early. But now we got new problems. We don't got a SAR. Jalen Duren. We go back to the word about trajectory. Jalen Duren was doing this consistently, and now he's starting to fall off a little bit, and it's starting to worry me. And then we've had to figure out where do we play Stu, and it's like now Stu's playing, and Stu's actually playing really well, especially defensively and just giving attitude and toughness. Like that's there too. Like, but it's so shaky. I think our biggest issue, one of our biggest issues is the lack of a floor general. I like that fact that Sasser is playing more. I wish he was playing more, not because of injury, but because we needed him, opposed to the injury. Because now he's giving us what we need, but then we don't have Cade, or we don't have Ivy, or we was out one of the shooters. So that kind of worries me a little bit. My biggest issue though, because we've been in every game. I was saying earlier, like it's not many games where we up 20. And we lose and we win by 20, or games where we down 20 and we lose by 20. We be in these games. Even when we be down big, we get back into the game. But my issue is we don't know how to close. Yes, we have to figure out how to fucking close. But like to DC point, I know that's going to come with time. We got time. We got a young core. We got to sit back. We got to be patient. Let these boys figure it out, because the biggest issue is play style. And I think that part has been figured out for the most part. Now we need to figure out how to win. Like, okay, this is our play style. This is what we gonna enforce our will on teams. But then when it's closing time, who gonna step the fuck up and close these games out? That's my only issue. But we gotta be patient. So let's chill, let's relax. But the word trajectory, let's forget about that shit for now. trending, let's forget about that shit for now. Let's continue to figure it out.
Well, I can't say we just forget about the trend, because the reason I say they're trending in somewhere in the right direction, like I said, they've been in a lot of games, been close games. Yeah, I know they lost it because last year it was nowhere near, and there've been a lot of close games. They was even getting blown out. A lot of those games. So they're you could tell the difference of this team from compared to last year. This team, they playing hard for JB Bickerstaff. They are trending. They are playing hard. It's just the issues it's the turnovers, and they're not closing games. When they're winning games, they're winning games by playing solid defense and not turning the ball over. The 7 wins that the Pistons they've been less on the turnovers, and they've been playing solid hard defense. The 11 losses that we had, I've heard of bad losses, but there's a couple bad wins in there too. The Toronto game, there's a couple games that we won that we probably should not have won though. But that's why I get why you say it could be 11-7 or 7-11, but it could be a lot worse too. But go ahead, bro.
But I think what real, I can kind of see what real is saying from the trendy part, because the bar was set so low. Like you had no choice,
exactly,
but to be better, like for your wins to be better. So I can get what real is going. Like, don't get too we trending. Well, the bar was set so low. But I will get back to it. I mean, we got to also understand when you look at this team, dude. What's that? 3 coaching staffs in 5 years?
True.
Like I mean, that's insane. So one thing I will say, we have a coach here. We have a coach. So I want to see, where we finish at this year. And like I said, I'm kind of where real is too, right? The bar was set so low, man. You had no other choice but to go up, right? So I would like to see where we finish at the end of this year, and then to see what's our steps next. Because, like, also, me and Willie talked about this. I said we need to bring somebody in so they can work with our big men. We need some type of post present in the paint. I ain't talking about a rebound putback or oop lob. We need our big man to
work,
like be a force down low, to be worried about. Like, I don't know, we haven't had a big man since Drummond that's gonna give you a good double with 20 points.
Well, we had one that was trending.
Yeah.
But let me say this too, though. Okay, we got how many wins?
7.
7.
We beat the Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Show me another quality win.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm telling you. Well, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
But
and see that.
But that too, like, you really think about when the Pistons in the season started. They was playing against teams that was in the playoffs last year, like Indiana and Orlando, the Phillies, the Lakers, and all those teams. Even the Phillies is a total disaster right now. They is a total disaster. They wouldn't expect the Philly to be this bad. But
you make a real point.
Right, but they're saying nobody was expecting Philly to be this bad where they are now. But all I'm saying is, with the Pistons, when they started the season playing against these playoff teams, they had a close game against Boston. They just couldn't close it out. They had, like I said, with that Lakers one, that was
20 in that game, by the way. But go ahead.
Yeah, which exactly was down by 20. But they coming back, they just did not close out.
It was the last minute turnovers, man. The last minute turnovers.
It's turnover. Yeah, it's been turnovers that's been killing us. It's not closing the games out. If you really look at, like you said, 11-7, the Pistons could have easily been 11-7. They could have been even better than 11-7. Who knows? And you really look, the Eastern Conference is not really deep right now. It really like outside of Cleveland, outside of Boston and Orlando. New York has been looking shaky. Milwaukee's been
Man,
looking shaky.
I can't say we can't say New York because New York has been literally smacking us around for the past 4 months.
But hold on. But look at the New York.
Badly, man.
Look at the New York Knicks. They smacked the Pistons around,
I-
but they just got smacked by Utah.
It don't matter what they do for everybody else. They come to us and smack us around every game. We're not, and against New York, we have not been in the games against New York for about 5 years. We like
and Brunson has his way when he play against the Pistons.
Listen,
I haven't seen anybody.
Hold on, Big A. Listen, me and Real, we was down there at the New York game. We was in the suite.
You had the suite, bro. Embarrassing.
All you heard over the PA system is
Jalen
Brunson.
Hey, don't nobody care if y'all was in the suite or not. You ain't have to add that in there.
but that team just seems to have our number. So for me, with the Pistons, like I'm not yet to give my take yet because I don't want to give off my information off of frustration because I'm a little frustrated right now.
Ooh, y'all should have saw him at what game was that? That boy was pissed off. What game was that?
When it went to overtime, which one was that?
Game was
the crazy ending when they didn't have the time. I can't remember which team that was.
Miami.
Yeah,
Miami.
Miami. Listen,
he almost had a heart attack.
Man, the frustration is there. So I'm liking where we're going, but I am frustrated, and I'm definitely I'm gonna say this. I'm frustrated with the main character on this team.
Don't do it. Yeah, hold your.
I'm gonna hold off right now, and maybe about another week or so, I'll give my take. But I'm gonna wait on that, and see a little bit more, and then like I said, we got a full season of Pistons talk that we're gonna get into as well for sure. But I'm gonna hold off a little bit.
And like I said, even despite the Pistons, 7-11, they are 2-0 in this NBA Cup. Okay. They are 2-0. They got to play Indiana and they got to play Milwaukee, the other 2 games for the Cup, to get to advance. I know to me, I'm not too much of a big fan of this NBA Cup thing. Just something they want to keep the regular season, keep it motivated, keep it going. I'm not really a big fan of it because that doesn't determine you're going to be the NBA champion and all that stuff. That's just an in-season tournament thing. But they are 2-0 in this Cup. Like I say, even though they squeaked the one to Miami against Miami because Eric Spoelstra, the greatest coach he is, called the timeout. No, he had no timeouts. But we got the win. You got the win. It's just what it is. So, but like I said, Pistons they're going to continue to get better. They just got to cut down the turnovers and they got to learn to close out games. Those guys is going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
We gonna see. Like I said, it's a long season ahead. Hopefully, like I said, we look forward to a great season because I'm as frustrated as I was. I'm still gonna be there. We still gonna be there.
And we're gonna be optimistic and we gonna be cheering, bro. We just gotta
exactly. So with our guys, it's to me, it's a good frustration because I see where the potential is going to be with this team.
I like how you said that.
Exactly. So with that being said, listen, we've been rocking this thing for almost 2 hours now. Like I said. Great show. Welcome back, fellas. Listen, we've been, on a hiatus for a couple of weeks. We've been enjoying ourselves really for the most part with, what's going on with the Lions this season. That being said, I want to get you guys' final thought before we go ahead and close this out. So I'm gonna start with you, Big A, because I know you said you had to go and, take your bubble bath.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, when it comes to the Pistons, man, right? Let's not be too quick because we're seeing the success, right, of the Lions, the Tigers. Let's not be so quick to be the Pistons gonna be the next ones. That's gonna take a little bit of time, and that's why I said, I was gonna reserve, my whole thing of saying I want to see where they finish out this season and where we go into next season. The Lions, man, I mean. We better not bring no Daniel Jones over here to Detroit, man. Listen, we bring a Daniel Jones in here, man. To me, let's get Hendon Hooker some more reps in these games, man. Like that's my thing. We don't need no Daniel Jones. We got Hendon Hooker. I mean, to be on this win streak, fellas, as we know, man, we never seen nothing like this. Our parents ain't never seen nothing like this, you know. Our grandparents, you know, they probably was around the, you know, Night Train Lane and all of them, you know. But to see what the Lions is doing, man, is just awesome, dude. And then, like I say, you know, we're going into Michigan, Ohio State game. I'm telling you, I already told my family members I don't like claiming, you know, because, you know, they went to Ohio State and all that crap, like Ohio State. They better not let Michigan win this game, bro. Old Crying Ryan gonna be up out of there, man. And then just to see where we at with this recruiting, man, they don't woke up a sleeping beast, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. All I got.
Shout out to Big Game for popping in on us, man.
Big
Wise
Game.
man.
Just looking forward to the Lions game Thursday on Turkey Day, man. We got to put an end to this losing streak that we got on Thanksgiving. So just, you know, want the guys to come out firing on all cylinders, man. Let's take care of the Bears so we all can party on Thanksgiving instead of being in the basement talking shit as to why we ain't win again.
Exactly.
I'm with you on that one, Wild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
DC.
Michigan State
Oh,
football.
God. Fuck.
Michigan State football.
Do they play football up there?
Man, fuck you, man. Michigan State football. I need you. Listen, I don't give a damn about Purdue. Even though this is going to be my only final thought. Pistons and Lions, you already know. Take care of business. Do what you're supposed to do against Chicago Bears. I ain't worried about that. Michigan State. You had a 24-6 lead at halftime. You didn't score nothing in the second half. Thank God you was playing Purdue.
And not AG.
My goodness. I mean, Michigan State offense is just almost, it's just like anemic, bro. Michigan State, take care of business against Rutgers. Rutgers is going to be a tough one. Rutgers is a good team. They're not, but I'll tell you this now, Michigan State, take care of business at home so you can be bowl eligible. Go 6-6. Okay, all I'm asking, I don't want no more stinkers like you did against Purdue. So, Michigan State win this game Saturday against Rutgers, so you can be bowl eligible. So I don't give a damn what bowl we going to. I don't care if it's the Quick Lane Bowl, the Little Caesar Pizza Bowl. I don't care what bowl it is. I want to see you in the bowl game. I want to be cheering and say Michigan State in the bowl game, win the bowl game. And that's my final thoughts.
All right, dude.
Can I say one thing? Can I say, if I ever get to that level for Michigan, please hang me. But go ahead.
Tell them why you're mad, son. Real, man. Go ahead with your final thoughts.
Final thoughts, man. R&R, man. Rest and relaxation for my Lions, man. We going into a short week. We probably the most banged up we've been all season. Carlton Davis, get well soon. Who else? Montgomery, get well soon. Khalif Raymond, get well soon. Terrion Arnold, get well soon. The list is a laundry list at this point. Shout out Dan Campbell. Shout out Dan Campbell for coaching these boys up and keeping them prepared and keeping them ready. Shout out big fella, our GM Brad Holmes, for keep bringing in talent that fits our ball club, that fits our culture, and guys that's ready to go. But guys, get your rest, get your relaxation, chill with the family, take care of your bodies, man, because this city, we need y'all boys. Everybody's saying like, oh, yeah, they good to start the season, but it's November, it's December. Let's see how these boys hold up. So we got a point to prove, and in order to prove the point, we have to be available, man, because we know if we show up, ain't nobody going to be able to fuck with us. It's that simple. But in order to get to that point, we got to be able to get off that bus and be ready to go. So take care of your bodies, fellas. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing because y'all giving us something that we ain't never had ever, and that's hope. And that's optimism, and we ready to rock with y'all boys. We're gonna ride with y'all all the way to the Super Bowl, but we gotta stay healthy, man. Take care of your bodies, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Listen, we're coming upon a great time in the city, and the momentum, the feelings, it's something that we, like you said, haven't felt before, especially with this franchise. And I'm glad that I am alive to be a part of it. You know, our forefathers,
Right.
you know, they really get this opportunity before, and we're able to experience it. So I'm definitely excited about, you know, seeing what we've been seeing. Excited about, you know, the national attention on the positive side more than how it used to be on the negative side. And I'll also give a shout out to CJ Stroud for running out the back of the end zone today. He just lifted the Dan Orlovsky curse. So you're free now, Dan Orlovsky, because we got somebody else running out.
Hey, Willie, I sent that to my cousin. He had the same sentiments of what DC just had for me.
Man, listen, with that being said, listen, like I said, we had another great show today. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us, man. Like I said, we were going for these 2 hours, man. Appreciate everyone in the comment section that was in there for this long. More to come in the upcoming weeks. Like, share, subscribe, get people in here, man. We're talking good sports. We're talking good teams. We're having a good time here. And with that being said,
No more Big A conspiracies.
That's next week. I know he got a couple of them. Next week we go back to the Big A conspiracies. So with that being said,
hold on, Willie. No, please, let me get this off before we get off.
Get in the bubble bath.
I thought you was running your bath.
Willie,
Go ahead.
you gotta give me this one, Willie. I was right about Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson hating on Steph Curry. You saw what happened when they played, and you heard what Draymond Green said, bro. You heard what Drake. Willie, can you give me that?
That was the beginning of his conspiracy theory episode right there. Was Klay Thompson.
But can you give me that, Willie? Can you give me that?
There you go.
And Big Willie, shout out to your Golden State Warriors. Got the #1 seed in the Western Conference. Man.
Hey,
Shout out to
listen, you got a great player over there, so most definitely. And you see what happened with Klay Thompson. He's somewhere else. So shout out to Big A for his conspiracy theory coming true.
I gotta hear it from you though, Willie.
I just said it. What's conspiracy theory coming true?
I told you.
Listen, good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Dicey Sports Network. Till next time.
and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving.
Turkey roll, baby.
Give me a Chicago style turkey.
We gotta figure that one out.